A lot of work to be done.
Oh yes, and luckily for them, the season is soon over, and they can maybe turn that horrendous page of that season. And I think about especially Wesley Fofana, who has been in the middle of all the defensive problem that Chelsea had for the past games. But also when you see Mudryk, what he misses at the beginning of the game, you see today everything which happens to Chelsea in a bad way. They're doing great until the last pass, and they do great defensively until the last pass of the attack. But how you can do anything if you're not able to defend or finish your actions? And that's maybe the problem and the issue that Pochettino has. Every week, he makes a list of players he wants to keep and players he wants to get rid of, and that list changes maybe every game he sees. That's maybe the big nightmare that he has. Who to keep, who to get rid of. You have talent. When you see the names, you have talents. But how to make a squad and to make a team out of all those players who are doubting about their qualities, who are doubting about their football, who are doubting about their self-beliefs. So it's a real challenge for Pochettino.
Shaq, you're a big fan of Naps, right? That has been confirmed time and time again.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. If you had gone on a season-long nap, right, and woke up and just happened to watch this game and were wondering, why is Chelsea in the position that they're in? This game had all the signs. All you needed to see was this game and figure out why Chelsea have struggled so much and why they have been so incredibly bad. This is a team that can play for hours upon hours upon hours, and never mind us. Whether we believe it or not is one thing. But they don't really believe that they're going to score goals. The miss by Mudryk, 4 minutes into the game, is of a player who had zero chance of putting that into the back of the net. There is zero belief that as that ball is coming across his body, first of all, he should have taken it with his left foot, but regardless, he decides to let it come to his right foot because he's saying to himself, well, if I let it come to my right foot, I have a better chance of making cleaner contact because I don't really trust my left foot. And in doing that, it's almost a swing and a miss by Mudryk. That's not lack of quality per se. It has to be a lack of belief. And you can say that about Mudryk, and you can say that about a bunch of players. They had chances today. When we say, and Frank, I think, was saying earlier that Manchester United were compact and organized. Well, in being compact and organized, they still gave up clear opportunities to Chelsea. And I mean clear opportunities. And what we see, and what they see, and more importantly, what they feel, is that they're not going to put it in the back of the net. How that changes without you having a history of recent success, I don't know how that goes away. Even as we go into the summer, I don't know how that just disappears and then magically appears again when they start the new season.
Which leads us to ask, Jules, and obviously Pochettino will probably have a say in this, but with the likes of Mudryk and some of the players, who is going to be on the way out? Who's being talked of being on the way out at this point?
I mean, a few of them, of course, because the squad is far too big now. We've said that many times on the show. I think they have 33 players, and that's not even counting the loanies who, at some point, let's say, Levi Colwill, for example, who's done a very good season at Brighton, is going to come back. So if you add them, you're going to get to 45 players, and then obviously you can't work like that. You can't even work with 30. Graham Potter struggled so much. He had to do two different matches at the end of training because he had too many players. They would not fit in just one game like you usually do. So this is terrible. I mean, the likes of Chalobah, Cucurella, Mason Mount, of course, for different reasons because of his contractual situation. But Hakim Ziyech and Christian Pulisic, I don't think that the club right now and Pochettino himself are counting on them for next season. But it's one thing to want players out. I mean, it's another thing to actually finding someone to take them off you on loan, permanent deals, selling them for how much money? How much money are you ready to lose out on some of those players? There's amortization. There's a lot of things that come in consideration. It's not just, it's easy to say, okay, him are going to go. But you might not find any clubs and they might still be with you come September 1st when the transfer window closes. So it's a hell of a transfer window, both in players signings and players leaving. And really, it's one that Chelsea won't be looking forward to because it's going to be very, very difficult.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.